Imagine this. You're seated on a sleek aircraft, staring out the window as it glides quietly through the clouds. There's no engine roar, no trails of jet fuel exhaust, just silence, clean air, and a feeling of flying into a better future. This isn't science fiction, it's a future that's rapidly approaching. At a time when aviation contributes around 2.5% of global carbon emissions, the world is demanding change. Enter electric planes, a daring, revolutionary idea that promises to reshape the skies as we know them. But how close are we, really, to boarding electric flights? What challenges stand in the way? And will it truly make flying sustainable? Stick around because the answers might surprise you. First off, what do we mean by electric planes? Simply put, these are aircraft powered by electricity rather than traditional jet fuel. Instead of gas-guzzling engines, they rely on advanced battery technology and electric motors to generate power. That shift alone could eliminate one of the greatest hurdles to aviation sustainability: our reliance on non-renewable fuels. Electric propulsion isn't entirely new as a concept. Early prototypes of electric-powered aircraft date back decades, but back then the technology was more of a dream than a reality, hampered by heavy batteries, low energy efficiency, and limited flight capabilities. Only recently, with advances in electronics and renewable energy, has the idea started to truly take off. Today, we're seeing a surge of innovation. Projects like NASA's X-57 Maxwell and commercial ventures such as Aviation's Alice prototype are leading the charge in electric aviation. But these quiet newcomers are an entirely different species from the planes most of us are used to. At the heart of electric planes is the battery, essentially the lifeblood of these aircraft. Unlike cars, planes need incredible amounts of energy just to lift off the ground. And therein lies one of the biggest challenges. Current battery technology, while revolutionary in many ways, struggles to match the energy density of aviation fuel. Imagine trying to fly a plane with a battery that's as heavy as the aircraft itself. That's the balancing act engineers face. Why is everyone suddenly talking about electric planes? Why does this matter today, not tomorrow or a distant future? Here's the thing. Aviation is booming. Global air traffic grows every year. Before the pandemic, airlines carried over 4.5 billion passengers in 2019. The skies are busier than they've ever been, and with that comes an increase in emissions. But there's more. Climate change is no longer a debate, it's an emergency. Governments, scientists, and consumers are all demanding cleaner solutions across industries. For aviation, which has long been one of the most carbon-intensive sectors, electric planes offer a beacon of hope. They promise to slash emissions, reduce noise pollution, and pave the way for affordable, sustainable travel. And as countries race to meet their climate targets, the demand for radical innovation in aviation couldn't be clearer. It's not just about electric planes, though. The rush to clean up air travel also includes developments in alternative fuels like biofuels and hydrogen. Airlines are beginning to explore more efficient flight paths, lighter materials, and hybrid systems. But electric aircraft, with their zero-emission potential, stand out as the boldest leap forward. Now, before we start booking tickets on electric flights, we have to address the elephant, or should we say, the wait, on the runway. The move to electric flying isn't without its difficulties. As mentioned earlier, batteries are the single greatest hurdle. The current energy density of batteries is about 250 to 300 watt-hours per kilogram. Compare that to traditional aviation fuels, which pack 12,000 watt-hours per kilogram. That massive energy gap outlines the core reason most electric planes are limited to smaller aircraft and shorter routes. For now, imagine all the charging technology needed just to refuel a fleet of electric planes between flights. Airports worldwide would require an overhaul with major investments in new charging stations and power grid systems. And then, there's the financial equation. Developments in electric aviation aren't cheap. From research to manufacturing to regulatory approvals, the costs are staggering. Some question whether these expenses could outweigh the benefits, but optimists see it differently, viewing the early investment as a gateway to a cleaner industry in the long term. Luckily, progress is well underway. Aviation's Alice is one of the most talked about electric aircraft prototypes right now. Designed for short-haul regional travel, this sleek 9-passenger plane boasts zero emissions and an impressive range of about 500 miles. While it won't take you across the Atlantic just yet, it's a glimpse at what's possible for commuter and regional flights. Meanwhile, United Airlines recently partnered with startups like Heart Aerospace to develop electric planes for regional routes. Airbus is also pouring billions into hydrogen-electric hybrid technologies. Governments and environmental agencies are backing these advancements too. Policies like the European Green Deal and initiatives within the Global Aviation Carbon Reduction Program are setting ambitious goals for emissions reductions, creating incentives for the growth of electric aviation. Practical testing is already taking place. Companies like Ampere have conducted successful test flights of hybrid planes. These models integrate electric power with traditional fuel engines as a transitional step toward fully electric aviation. It's a compromise, sure, but one that's speeding up innovation in the long run. What does the future look like? Will electric planes replace traditional jets altogether? While full-scale electric aviation might be decades away, the recent surge in technological breakthroughs hints at a sky that's quieter, cleaner, and more accessible. For now, we're likely to see a hybrid model dominate the next decade: small regional electric flights for short distances, supplemented by cleaner fuel solutions for larger jets. But with each new milestone in battery efficiency, electric motors, and aerodynamics, the goal draws closer. Airlines envision regional flights that connect smaller cities, routes often neglected by major carriers. Imagine being able to hop on an affordable, zero-emission regional plane that whisks you to your destination with comfort and ease. This isn't wishful thinking. It's a core part of aviation's next chapter. If you're someone who loves to travel, you might be wondering how this directly affects you. The truth is, electric planes could change not only the way we fly, but also the impact of our journeys on the planet. Cleaner skies mean fewer pollutants, less noise in local communities near airports, and a stronger collective effort to limit climate change. It's a future worth rooting for, isn't it? Here's the bottom line. Electric planes aren't just a conversation about aviation. They represent a critical shift in how we think about sustainability, innovation, and the future of transportation. The challenges are daunting, yes, but the stakes are even higher. If you're as fascinated by these advancements as we are, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about the future of technology. And as always, drop us a comment. Would you step onto an all-electric flight tomorrow if you could? We'd love to hear your thoughts. The skies are changing. The only question now is, how soon will we be soaring through them in sustainable silence?